And then it went off. Tried to plug it in, wasn't charging. I was like, oh no, what on earth is going on? And it wasn't working. I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad. I had to go onto my iPad and tell everyone that I couldn't do the Haps Saturday, not Haps Saturday, Haps Takeover. So anyway, I'm back on. It's finally working. I had to let the battery drain. I plugged it in this morning, and voila, it came on. So thanks so much. I don't have to go get a new battery, gosh, because I don't want to be paying for that right now. So welcome to the broadcast, everyone. Today we're doing one of these recipes from the book that, do you remember when we did the spinach pancakes? We did, well, it wasn't wholemeal spinach, but you could do wholemeal spinach and cheddar pancakes. This one here. Well, this is another recipe in the book. This is actually a lunch recipe, not a breakfast recipe. So I am doing this a little bit early, but I want to, I'm going to be going on to TikTok in about an hour, making some carrot muffins, which is Anne's recipe, which she did live on Haps. So if you want to watch me do them on TikTok, you can do. I'll be on in about an hour after these. So this is different. So you're going to need 400 grams of potatoes. Now I've cut them up, peeled them, pop them in a saucepan. They need to simmer for about 15 minutes, it says. Now I cut them into strips and then cut them in half again, because on the picture, if you look at it, they look very much like thin wedges. Those sort of, the sort of wedge that you would put on a what's the word? Like a cottage pie, that sort of thing. So if you have noticed, I put the hat on this morning because it's freezing. It's absolutely freezing this morning. I think the temperature got down to about 7 degrees last night, and it's raining, it's cloudy, it's horrible outside, and I don't think I'm full of cold. I'm just when I wake up in the morning, my sinuses, come through. So I do, so that's that. There's loads of other recipes in here. There's like chickpea tuna salad, smoky chicken kebabs, vegetable chili. So we will get through all of these. So I'm always looking for new recipes and things. So for this one then, it's 15 minutes for the potatoes to boil. Drain and run them under a cold tap. Then we're going to defrost. Oh, we need some spinach. So let me get the spinach out. And the reason I'm doing this now, the reason I'm doing this today, is because I can find the spinach. Certainly had some. I had it for something else. It needs using up, and I'm going to be away for the next couple of days, so I'm like, I need to use up stuff that's going to go off. So we've got some spinach. You're going to need, it says here, 250 grams. It says frozen leaf spinach for some reason. You want 130 grams once it's defrosted, and you want to take the excess water out. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but let's see how much I've got here then. I've got 240 grams, so I need about half the amount of spinach for this. So it's kind of like it is a tortilla, but it's like a, I don't know, what do they call it? Like a tortada, is it? Something like that. There's another name for it. So anyway, I'm just boiling potatoes. Then what we're going to do is add oil to a large non-stick pan, and we're going to cook some onions. So let's get started on that, shall we? Sorry, my kitchen's a bit of a mess. I do need to tidy this up before I start doing the carrot muffins. So let me take that board off. I'm just going to spin you down a second. I have got shorts on as well, believe it or not. So that's probably why I'm feeling a bit cold this morning. So we're going to take spinach, we're going to chop that up, it says. Defrost the spinach, squeeze out the excess water. I think I might be able to put that through a tea towel. So let's do the onion first. So you want a red onion. And I believe it's a whole red onion. So let's take the onion. You cannot see that. Now it says only 15 minutes for the potatoes, but I think they want a little bit longer, if I'm honest. So let's cut this. I've just put my knife into the sink. 1 second, guys. So let's cut this onion in half. So let me know if you're watching this on the replay, put #replay. Just to let you all know, I am live on Haps, which is an app which you can download from your app store. When you sign up, you get 100 free coins. So you can give them to your favourite broadcasters. If you do your tasks, like do profile and things like that, and log in each day and even when you broadcast once a week, you get coins as well that way, which you can give to your favourite broadcasters. You can sponsor as well. So if you've got a particular favourite broadcaster that you want to sponsor, I have currently one sponsor, but the thing is, you can also send like a higher amount to somebody by sponsoring and then cancelling that sponsor. So the payment will go through, but then you won't be charged each month. So I do that quite a lot though, don't I, with my broadcasts. I mention about subscriptions, but I never mention heavily about like subscriptions to me. So I think from now on I will actually promote myself a bit more. I don't know why I shouldn't. Why I don't do that. So if you want to subscribe to me, and you like my channels and you like my food and want to learn more, because I'm never going to charge for my videos. That's something I never want to do. So I do these free. Obviously I cook these because I enjoy food and I like trying new recipes. So you're learning as well. And if you do like it and you want to sponsor, then that's up to you. I do appreciate any awards that you send. So let me just cut this in half, and I also show you some other little gadgets and things that I like to use. But if you do want gadgets, proper gadgets, like really good quality ones, Alexis is the person you need to speak to, okay? So make sure you follow Alexis. She'll sort you out with lots of new gadgets and things. So get your orders in for that. So I'm going to just chop this in using my dicer. When I can find I put my little blades when I wash them, and then I can never. Oh, they're in the sink. Oh no, I have washed them. 1 second, everyone. That's what happens when you're not prepared. But this is live. This is what happens when you're live. You just give that a rinse. What happened then yesterday was I was doing the dishes, and then I went to go check my phone, and it went completely dark, the screen. And I thought, is that the battery that's gone? Because the battery I've had for a long time. Oh no, I can't even find it. It's here somewhere. Sorry guys, this never usually happens to me. I'm really sorry guys, bear with me just a minute. I found it. It was hiding at the bottom. I'm trying not to put my fingers again either. Trust me, this will be worth it, guys. Please stay with me. Gosh. Yes, I was doing the dishes, and then I didn't get round to doing all of the dishes afterwards. So I was like, no, couldn't do it. Wasn't working. Right, that's one done. Plus, this is why I don't do heavy meals and really early in the morning. Actually, is it 11 o'clock now? I can't believe it's 11 o'clock already. Where's today going? I've got so much to do today. Right, grab my dicer. Here we go. So I'm going to cut these into thin strips. Thank you for your patience. And then we're going to push these through. And I now need... I've lost it. I'm going to put it straight onto a plate. Right. Oops. It's a really tough one today. So I'm just going to slice these up. I think the potatoes are done, I don't want them too soft. So it only takes 15 minutes. Is anybody there? Hey Alexis, lovely to see you. I'm here at last. I'm finally here. I managed to get on at last. So we're doing this, you remember from the diabetes magazine that I had, and there was loads of recipes in. This was one that I wanted to do, but whenever I've had spinach, I've always used it for something else and not for this recipe. So because I'm going to be so busy this weekend, it's going to go off as the spinach. I probably could have frozen it, but this is the potato tortilla that we're making. It's kind of like a breakfast or brunch recipe, but I'm not prepared today. Oh my gosh! I need my container, and I don't know where I put it. I usually have everything ready, and but I don't mind because the potatoes need to cook a little bit longer. Let me just try and tidy up a little bit. I should be able to find it then. Probably right in. Oh, it's here. I found it. I've got my hat on today, Alexis, because it is cold. It is so cold here. Oh, I bet it's about 31 degrees where you are. I bet it's too hot. But that's the thing, though. When you get really hot weather, and then you get a really nice, like you said to me the other day, when it's really cool, it's so nice, isn't it, for it to cool down? But for us, when we get cool weather, it's like we'll just get constant cold weather, and we just get sick of it. So that's why we love the hot weather. Right, let's put this through this. I think I should take the potatoes off now. Oh my word. It's not having it today. Oh, it's because of the skin, that's why. I had the skin on the top. That's why it wasn't working. It does work really well, this. So that's our onion. Might be quite a lot of onion, that. But it does say this is enough for 4 people. So it's 19 degrees. That's warm, Alexis. That's warm. That's probably our daytime temperature in summer. I'm not lying there. Right, okay, so next thing this is the recipe, Alexis. Here we go. I'll try and post this up. This one here. Spinach and red onion and potato tortilla. Right, so next thing we're going to do then, I'll spin you down. So I need a pan. So, how did it go yesterday? I could have gone on and watched it, but then I thought you probably might get confused that I was live watching on Haps. But I couldn't stream from my iPad. It wouldn't let me. My laptop's so slow. It doesn't even go into the studio. So I'm going to spin you around, okay? Right, so what we're going to do then, next step is we're going to add oil to the pan. Let's get this on. I'll just turn that on. So let's turn off the potatoes because they'll be done. And drain that. We're going to add a little bit of oil. Right, let that heat up. We'll just check the potato. I think the potatoes are done. So you see how I've chopped them up nice and... so I cut them into slight flats, very potato thin slices, and then I chop them in half. So I'm just going to drain them through. Yeah, they're perfect. So they're not too thick, they're not too thin. I think your potato wedger will be great for this recipe, Alexis. So I'm just going to drain them off. Put them to one side. Put a lid over it if I want to, or just let them cool down. But they're going to be going straight into the pan anyway. So let's add the onions. So we're going to add the red onions into here. And then we need to take the spinach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half this spinach. I'm going to put it into a clean tea towel and try and drain it out. Drain out some of the water. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but because it says defrost. Oh, it says defrost the spinach. Oh, that's only if it's been so if you've got frozen spinach, that's when you would defrost the water. Okay, so you just want to take 130 grams of spinach and chop it up. So I'm just going to take about 2 or 3 handfuls. Maybe 2 handfuls is enough. 2 handfuls, or maybe an extra one. And stalks and all, I'm going to chop this up. So, well, that's... Can you all see that? Let me just move you around a second. Is that better? That's better, isn't it? There we go. So I'm just going to chop this up nice and fine. So get your spinach. I'm trying not let any of this go on the floor. There. It does wilt down anyway, but I love spinach. The thing with spinach, though, is used to think growing up, you was always told. Here's a question for you. Which cartoon character loves spinach? Which cartoon character loves spinach? this to fall into the sink. Do you remember who it was? It was a sailor man. Popeye the Sailor Man. And it used to give him muscles. Do you remember when that all came out? Everybody used to go buy spinach, and then we looked at ourselves and thought, 1 minute, I don't have any muscles. Oh no, I'm dropping this on the floor. So the onions are going to be cooking in just a second. So this is quite an easy recipe. It only says preparation 10 minutes, takes 45 minutes to cook. We're going to need 5 eggs for this. Normally I just add the spinach to a dish and it wilts down on its own. Yeah, Popeye, that's right, Alexis, yeah. So I'm just cutting this up so it's nice and... Oh, it just says chop it slightly, it says. Just chop it slightly. So it doesn't need to be finely sliced. But chop it slightly so it's not... It just helps it cook a bit quicker, doesn't it? So... I think that's fine, is that? What do we think? Let's do it like that. Should have got the pizza slicer, shouldn't I? So this is a lunch recipe. It's 216 calories per 258 grams serving, 21 grams of carb, 11 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, 2.5 grams of saturates, 5.1 grams of sugar, 0.4 grams of salt, and 1 portion for your fruit and veg. Okay, that will obviously come from the salt and pepper. So, right, let's spin you back round then, so you can see the onions cooking. So let's put the light on. That'd be better. There you go, you can see that now. I keep forgetting I can put you wherever I want to. We've got our potatoes in there as well. This is going to be really nice. So if you've got any spinach that you want to use up, this is a great recipe to do. So for the onions, just says cook the onions for 2 minutes. Don't know, it says 45 minutes to cook. Let's just check. I don't know if this is going in. Don't think this is going into a dish or anything. No. So it's all in the pan, is this? You don't need any extra dishes or anything. I'm going to put a lid over my potatoes just to stop them from, well, fine what? I'm just kind of doing other things at the minute as well at the same time. So you remember when we did the cheddar pancakes, we actually did the onions separately, remember, in a pan, and then we mixed it in with the eggs, I think it was the eggs, or the mixture. And for this, we're not going to need that. I'll put the lid over the top. So it only says 2 minutes for these. I think it might need longer. If you want the recipe, I can always send you the recipe for this. Just let me know on chat. So we chop the spinach. We'll add the oil to a large non-stick pan on medium heat. Cook the onion for 2 minutes until soft. Then we're going to beat in the eggs and add the salt, pepper, spinach, and potatoes. So I guess I'm going to need a jug for this. Actually, no, I can. I'm going to use a bowl and crack some eggs. So let me just. Hopefully, can just lift this up just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to crack these eggs into a bowl. That's one. That's two. I really need to clean this area up, don't I? I was watching it back on the broadcast and thinking, oh my gosh, it was tidy a few months ago, and then things have just slowly started to add their way back into the corner again. It's not really that untidy. It's just it looks untidy because I've got things sticking out, like the aluminium. It's aluminium foil, not aluminum foil, and we call it cling film. We call it, I think, just wrap. So we're adding 5 eggs. Remember, this is enough for 4 people, but you're making a whole tortilla. So it's like 4 quarters each. 4 quarters each, 1 quarter each. So 5 eggs. Wash my hands. It's just. Okay, and then we're going to add in to our mixture. You want to beat the eggs first of all with a whisk. So beat your eggs. Now this is on a medium heat with this pan. I'm going to add some salt. I don't have any pepper, so add your salt. I'm going to add your spinach. So add your spinach, you chop spinach to the bowl. I think this is quite an easy recipe. I think once you get to know the recipe more and do it, it'll get easy. Add the potatoes, and I think that's it. So now we just need to fold that egg mixture into. You can use a spoon or something. So just get in there, mix it all together. You got your egg, potato, and spinach, and the salt and pepper. I don't think we've missed anything. Nope. So just cover your potatoes in that egg and the spinach. Can you all see that? What do you think, Alexis? It smells really good. Okay, and then finally, pour into the frying pan using a spatula to press the tortilla down and press in the sides to create an even shape. So make sure your onions are all flat. Okay, you'll see that? We're going to add the mixture. So use the back of a spoon, get a spatula, or what we call a fish knife. There's my fish knife. You probably could actually add the onions into the mixture and mix that up, because I'm gonna find that the onions will cook quicker. It is Weight Watcher friendly as well. So I think I've added a little bit too much spinach there, but push it to the sides. It says it's more like a lunch option this, but I would mix the onions. Take the onions out of the pan, put it into the bowl, mix it in, because the onions are going to cook quicker. But then again, if you want the onions, the spinach and the potatoes are already cooked, so all you're doing is just making it into a shape and cooking the onions. So I don't know if there's another way of doing this, and the eggs as well, because you're cooking the eggs as well. The eggs is what I think the eggs is what making the mixture all come together and stick together. So it says here then, so press the tortilla down, pressing the sides to create an even shape. It says cook for 5 minutes on each side, then reduce the heat. Oh yes, we're going to be turning it over anyway. Reduce the heat and then turn the tortilla twice more, cooking for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So 5 minutes on each side, and then a further 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Yeah. So I think if you all see that, I can bring you down a bit more now. What do we think? So just, yeah, I've got a timer going, I think. Shall I get my Alexa? I'll get my Alexa and then she knows when it... Yeah, I'll show you my Alexa in a moment, Alexis. Do I need a lid? No, no lid needed, no. Although it probably, if you wanted to, you probably could to speed up the cooking time. I don't know how I'm going to get it out, if I'm honest. Maybe I'll use the lid to get it out. I can put it into another lid and then turn it over. I think that's what I'll use the lid for. And then I can flip it back into the pan. So yeah. Alexa, can you hear me? Oh, I don't want to set your Alexis off. So just tap that down. It's actually the right proportion as well. I think you could bake this too rather than flipping. Yeah, maybe put it into into the oven. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
At the moment, it's 12 degrees Celsius.
12 degrees.
Today, you can expect a high of 15 degrees.
15 degrees. Alexa, what's the temperature in Woodbine, Georgia, United States?
At the moment, in Woodbine, United States, it's 19 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, 19.
Today, you can expect a high of 30 degrees.
30 degrees. I'm on my way, Alexis. I'll be there in a few hours. So, I think we should be ready to turn this over in a minute or so. So what I'll do is I'll put the lid, I've got a lid here. I'll put it into the lid, hopefully it'll flip over and then we can put it back into the pan. I think the reason why the onions cook for 2 minutes is so that it gives it time to cook the onions. So I've got a feeling my onions might be slightly cooked, but I think they'll be okay. Right, we're gonna flip this over, okay? Alexa, how long's left on the timer?
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on your 3-minute timer.
Oh, well, it's gone over that, I think, before I even gave the time. So let's put this on the lid. This is where it could all go wrong. Oh, hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh my gosh, but I do need to somehow get this now into the pan. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Right, put some of that on. That's not bad, actually. Yeah, I think so. We've got to give it 5 minutes now on this side. What do we think? Looks all right, doesn't it? I told you it would. I told you it would burn though slightly because the reason I left the onions in a bit long to cook. So do I need to turn this? No, I don't need to turn it down. So we're doing a this is a spinach, red onion, and potato tortilla. It smells nice. Alexa, stop the timer. Alexa,
3-minute time.
Alexa, set a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Hey, Heavenly Jew. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, Heavenly Jew. Good morning, Heavenly Jew. This is looking really good. So what we're going to do is for 5 minutes for this side, and then we're going to turn it over again for another 2 minutes on each side before then serving. So at least Alexa's keeping an eye on the timer for us. So let me know in the chat if there's anything you would change with this recipe. What would it be? What would you change to this recipe? But remember, you're making the whole tortilla, so it's enough for 4 people. I'm just going to kind of get ready to... Oh, I need to flip it over again, don't I? I've just put the thing away. Let's try it again. Alexa, what's the weather like this weekend?
This weekend the Leeds will be rainy with a high of 13 degrees Celsius and a low of 8 degrees.
Add some garlic. Yeah, that could work, yes. This is going to be good. Yes, it's going to be raining this weekend. I'm off to Harrogate. I think it's going to be very windy, very cold, but I'll be inside, so... Alexa, how long's left on the timer?
You have 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on your 5-minute timer.
So yeah, it's preps 10 minutes. Then you've got 35-minute cooking time. So you want so it's 400 grams of potato, 130 grams of spinach, a tablespoon of olive oil, 1 large red onion, 5 eggs, and then salt and pepper to season, and that's all it is. But I've slightly browned my tortilla, but I reckon that'll be nice inside. It's a different kind of omelette, isn't it? It's like it's got potato in there. And do I need to turn this down? Let me just check. Cook for 5 minutes on each side. Reduce the heat, and then so after I've flipped it, turn the heat down. So we're only cooking it on a low heat for the last 2 minutes on each side. It says then slide the tortilla onto a plate and leave to cool a little before serving. You can even see some of the steam coming out of it. This is going to be so good. It reminds me of a sort of quiche. Alexa, how long's left on the timer?
You have 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
1 minute to go.
5-minute timer.
I think it might be ready because I set the timer quite late. Look what I got, Alexis. Almond milk. Got some almond milk to try. Well, let's flip this over because I'm ready. And I'm going to let's turn the heat down actually now. So I'm going to put it on low. Put this on. Flip this over. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, this is looking real. Look at that. Sorry guys, you didn't see it. And let's then flip it. Try and get that one. Oh, no. 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Oh, I don't want it to break up. So just 2 minutes on each side. I'm going to flip it on a very low heat. Well, actually, I'm going to give it a minute. Alexa, stop the timer.
5-minute timer cancelled.
So 2 minutes on each side. It's on a low heat.
Sorry, I'm having trouble.
Alexa, stop. And then we'll do the taste test. Some of the potatoes are coming out. Well, it's making the potatoes really crispy as well, which I quite like. I think this is ready, you know, I really do. Let me just flip it over again. Yeah, I think it actually is ready. But let me just, I think it's to make it a bit more crispy, that's all. That side's crispy enough, so I'm not going to do it anymore. That's the difference between a chef and somebody who cooks, is knowing exactly how to do it. You know, how long to cook stuff for. Because if it's already brown, the reason why you're putting it on the stove for another 2 minutes is to let it cook a little bit longer. So here is our tortilla. Let's put this on. Look at the size of that. Could you imagine if you were served that in a restaurant? So, pop that to one side. So, should we have a little taste of it? Look at that, guys. What do we think? Plus, it cooks anyway, and it's so. What I'm going to do is you can either just let it sit there for a bit. I'm going to have to put this on another plate, then I can take a picture of it. What do we think, everyone? Do you like it? Should we have a little taste? So let's cut into it then. So we'll cut into this piece, and you get to see inside the middle. So remember, in here we've got just red onion, potato, eggs. That's all it is. We're going to take our piece. How does that look? Oh, yes. What do we think? Oh, yeah. When we put it on the plate. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look how good that is. Let me just get rid of that piece. Oh, that tastes so good. I'm just trying to think what sauce I would have that with. Mmm. And then I've still got all that left. So let's have a little taste of it. Let's have a little taste. It's quite dry. I'll be honest, it's quite dry. So it needs a bit, you need a little bit of sauce. I'm going to put a bit of tomato ketchup on here, which is going to take away the whole point. But that'd be nice with a bit of salad. A little bit of tomato ketchup, just for flavour. Or you could have like a garlic dip or something. A knife and fork. Okay, so a little taste then. So remember, this is more like a lunch rather than a breakfast item. So we've got potato, spinach, and onion. How's that? Mmm. Here we go, Jay. Look, this is our potato and spinach and red onion tortilla. So, would you like a slice? It's quite dry. It's quite dry, but it's lovely. It's cooked perfect. So remember, 5 minutes on each side, and then flip it over for the last 2 minutes or so on each side. I'm going to put a little bit of red sauce. Oh, that felt much better. But this is really good. I suppose it's a Spanish omelette, really, because Spanish omelettes have potato in them. Oh, this is delicious. This is so good. And it's got the red onion in there as well. Yeah, go and make this, guys. It's really easy. It's really nice. I mean, really simple to make. Right, guys, so thanks for coming in. I shall see you later. I'm going to be on TikTok in an hour making some carrot muffins, so because I'm making them for Caroline, who I'll see tomorrow. So thanks for coming in. I shall leave you with that image, and I'll see you soon. See you next time.